Okay, Chris Shaw, head coach Robert Morris Women's Soccer, the program heading into the 2023 season, which begins this approaching Thursday at VMI. And it's been a while since you and I have had a chance to chat, but when we did chat last time, you had talked about the process of building up the program, and you knew that it would be just that, a process. How do you feel about where that process is and where the program is right now going into this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're feeling pretty good about things. It's by far our most talented group of players in my tenure here, so in my fourth year, and a lot of returning experience and some talented newcomers, and then a couple kids back from injury that we didn't have last year. So super excited about this season and the potential that this team has.
How do you feel that chemistry is coming along? Because sort of, to touch on what you had said, the winds of change were certainly blowing in the offseason. A lot of new comers, a lot of incoming transfers, things of that nature.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a good group, enthusiastic. I think our on-field chemistry is really good. Off-field chemistry is great as well. So, again, I think all the pieces are in place to have a successful year.
You spent a lot of time working on set pieces today, it seemed like, in practice. Safe to say, at least for these first couple of regular season games, that's going to be a point of emphasis from the coaching staff?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would think most coaches in the country feel like in that first game they're probably not, haven't covered everything they wanted to do. There's still some things they want to work on, and, it is a bit of a process. I mean, we only get, a couple weeks before we play our first match, so... we're touching on some set pieces, and set pieces are always an important part of the game, offensively and defensively. And we're probably not where we want to be in terms of that, but we're trying to get there, and we'll get better as the season goes on for sure.
Aside from set pieces, what other things do you want to pay attention to or work on as you guys ramp up, and what have you liked in the limited sample size of preseason so far?
I mean, one of the most important things for us here is our style of play, and we want to keep the ball. We want to be a possession-oriented team. We want to build out of the back, play through the midfield. We want to be an attractive team to watch. And again, I feel like our style is an attractive style. So that's really the main point of emphasis for us is how we're playing the right way, and putting an emphasis on keeping the ball for sure.
Yeah, and I was looking at last season's results before I stopped by today, and beginning of the season, there were some really good ones in there, a lot of promise in there, and it wasn't until that last couple of weeks or so that the wheels kind of came off the wagon. What can you guys do this year to be just a more consistent team over the long haul?
Yeah, I mean, I think some of that's just the mentality of the grind of the Horizon League, and every game's a tough game and a nail biter, and so just being a little bit mentally tougher and being able to kind of fight through the fatigue and the just kind of the competitiveness of that conference, and knowing that every game's going to be you got to show up, right? You can't take a game off where sometimes in the non-conference you do have a game where you cannot put in your best performance and still get a result. And the Horizon League's not like that.
And lastly, to your point, the goal is always championship, to be on top of your league at the end of the year. What does the team have to do to work up to that?
Well, we need to give up less goals and score more, right? I know that's about as simple as I can put it, but that's where we're at. The last few years we've conceded too much, and we've created. I was going back and look at some of our stats from last year, and there's games where we're out shooting the opposition by 15, 16 shots and winning 1-0 or drawing, and so we've got to be more clinical in front of goal, and we've got to be more determined and resilient defending.